Hello, everybody. We meet again with another story of Krishna. This is Krishna and Balarama in forest. Lord Krishna's stories have always been inspirational. They are not just examples of the power of Krishna, but also leave a feeling of the magic of his grace and presence everywhere. Of the many stories that our scriptures tell about Lord Krishna, in this story, you find that Krishna teaches us a very important lesson. Let us see what that is. You know that Krishna and Balarama are brothers. They play together, take the cattle for grazing together, and any adventure they do together. They love each other so much, they share their secrets even. Let us see what happened one day. On a full moon night, Krishna and Balarama went on an errand from the elders to the forest and were walking back home. It was very late and they decided to rest in the forest for the night. Although it was a dangerous forest, Krishna and Balarama decided to stay in a clearing in the forest. For it was very difficult to find a way home so late, dark night, isn't it? The full moon was giving enough light, but it was not sufficient. So Krishna suggested, Balaramana, let us sleep in this clearing. You keep watch until midnight while I sleep, and I will be on watch from midnight till morning. They both agreed, and Krishna went to sleep. A few hours passed, and Krishna was sleeping sound. Balarama heard a growl at a distance. It was terrifying. He walked a little further toward the sound, little with fear only, but still he wanted to see what this was. What he saw, he could see a gigantic monster approaching him. The monster growled again. Balarama was very afraid. He trembled in fear. Every time he trembled, the monster, the monster grew double in size. The monster grew bigger and bigger as it approached Balarama. When the monster was standing very close to Balarama, it growled again. Terrified by the sound, the size, and the terrible smell also of the monster, Balarama screamed, Krishna! Krishna! And he collapsed and fainted. Krishna was woken up by the call which Balarama gave, and he followed the sound and found Balarama sleeping. Krishna thought, it must be my turn now because they are all small boys, okay? And started walking to and fro. Slowly, Krishna recognized something standing near him. And the monster growled at Krishna to scare him. Krishna, without any fear, asked, who are you? Are you my shadow? What do you want? As and when Krishna questioned the monster, the size of the monster started decreasing, and within no time it shrunk to half its size. Again, Krishna asked, what are you doing here at this time of the night? And as and when Krishna kept questioning, the monster kept shrinking every time he asked a question. Now, the monster was suddenly 2 inches tall and looked like a toy. Krishna took it in his hand and placed it in his waist pocket. The night passed and Balarama woke up in the morning. Balarama saw Krishna and hugged him. He was so happy. He said, Krishna, Krishna, and then you don't know what a terrible thing happened while you were asleep. There was a huge monster trying to kill both of us. I don't know how we survived even. The last thing I remember is that I fainted. Balarama said, trying to recall the previous night instance. Then Krishna took out the little monster out of his pocket and asked, is this the same monster? Yes, but it was so big. How did it shrink to such a small size? Asked Balarama. Every time I questioned the monster, it shrunk in size. Finally, it became to this size, replied Krishna casually. Balarama told Krishna how the monster grew the previous night every time he was trembling with fear. Then Krishna concluded, when we are afraid, our fears grow big, but every time we face them eye to eye and question them, they become smaller and smaller. Don't we learn a lesson out of this, children? Then Krishna and Balarama started on the way back home, laughing and talking about the adventure. We will meet again with another story. Please subscribe to my channel, Jayanthi's 5 Minutes Stories. Thank you.